It's a blood clot vibes. Yes, family large up yourself, pick up yourself. It's the hostess with the mostest, selected Sila Shalom from the one and twos. You know how we do. It's a vibes. It's a blood clot vibes. Where say Wise Flow in the building. Did a thing on Atlanta's Ugly episode 10. Put that pain in. You know how we do. It's a vibes.
Bittersweet Herbals. What it tastes is bitter, but the results are sweet. Bittersweetherbals.com.
Run the rhythm.
Bittersweet Herbals. What it tastes is bitter, but the results are sweet. Bittersweetherbals.com.
Yes, family, make sure to get your bitters. You know how we dizzle in the bizzle. Yes. Peace to the gang. Your boy ain't been on in a couple days. You know what I mean? Been in the background getting things in order. Been working. Production, film. You know how we do. Shout out to the gang. I see you, Jaway. Jaway in the building. Wise Flow in the building. Now what? I see you, VP. I see you. Bazell, where's that big man? Elijah 7. You know what I mean? Yo, Bazell, you right, yo. We need to hit up downtown and go goddamn be a thorn in the side of the Israelites, yo. Get that on record. Go out there with the camera. Just get some, you know what I mean? Get some footage, raise some questions. You know what I mean? Raise them niggas some questions, yo. See what them a chop about. Where's that Bronze Yogi? Where's that big man? Let me let the rhythm run on low, yo. So y'all see the topic, man. You know what I mean? I was watching Sonetta earlier and I seen them boys going at it. I see that boy Asar giving it that work. I see Mighty Hebrew came on there try to, you know what I mean? prove the Ibri. You know what I mean? In the Kemetic inscriptions. You know, it's crazy because it's like, yo, I remember talking about them things years ago. The Kemetic inscriptions, the Serebek El Kadim mines. Yeah, yo. But they should have, you know what I mean? Like, the whole time that the so-called Hebrews, the Haparus, the Amu, the Asiatic, all those is classified as one and the same because they're coming out of that region of Canaan. It's like me saying Northerners, them cats from up north. You know what I mean? That you know, up north could be Jersey, could be Philly. It could be DC, Baltimore, depending on how far south you is. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, man, get them boys that work. Let me dump this real quick, man. Week, Bazell. Probably about next week, we could probably try, you know what I mean? Knock on them doors. Matter of fact, not this coming up week, but about 2 weeks from now. We can see what they're talking about, run up on them. See if they know who we are. I'm live on YouTube. Yeah. Y'all see what the topic is, yo. We calling out the Kemetic niggas and the Egypt. Matter of fact, we got to put one more nail in the coffin with the Hebrews. You know what I mean? We got to put one more nail in the coffin, and that nail in the coffin is dealing with creation, dealing with the cosmogony, and dealing with the timeline. I think once we nail that in the coffin, there ain't no more to talk about with them. Mm-hmm. You rarely hear Hebrews talk about timeline, and you really hear them talk about creation. And the creation story is real vague in the Bible. Niggas be killing me talking about, oh, like when I heard, what is it, Jeremiah Judah talking about something. He was on Sunday talking about he been dying for how many years to get a debate with the Kemetic community about Kemetic science versus Torah science. I had to laugh at that shit. I'm like, what science is in Torah? The only science you got in Torah is the 7-day creation story. That's your science. That's your timeline. That's your cosmogony, all in one joint right there. And see, a lot of cats don't stand on what they stand on. You know what I mean? If Torah is the foundation, prove it in the Torah. Prove the timeline. Prove creation in Torah. You know what I mean? You got Zion Lex going back. When we had a debate, he talking about 15 billion years ago. And that's not in the Torah. When I raised the question, I said, yo, show me that in the Torah. He said he couldn't. So I said, why would you bring it up? This is about the book. Proving which book is better. And you niggas is using second and third sources over the very primary source which is supposed to be here tonight. Come on now. Come on, what it's going to be. So I think that's going to be the next debate. I'm going to call Sai. I'm going to say, yo, Sai, I want to come on your channel. Me and the 4 horsemen, if they're available. We're going to go on Sinetta. And we're going to call you niggas out. Groups or name, it don't matter. We're going to say, yo, Sinetta, set it up. Kemetic science or Torah science or biblical science versus Oahspe science. And then, of course, chapter and verse coming out the book. I ain't never seen nobody scared to come out the book once we addressed to say come out the book. They quick to tell Christians, oh, that's not you got to show me that in the Bible. But when we raise the same question about showing certain things in the Bible, they go to outside sources. So the only science you have in the Bible is the 7-day creation story. That's your science, that's your cosmogony, and that's your timeline, all wrapped up in one joint. That's what we want to debate. Cosmogony, how things were created. Science, the physical properties to create these things. How does creation come about? What is heaven? Where is heaven? How is heaven created? How was earth created? Based off the text. See what I'm saying? That's what we want to know, based off the text. We done went over these topics so many times. I already know we got the upper hand on this. You know me. I ain't gonna take no losing ass goddamn debate if I don't feel I'm gonna get a win in it. So yeah, the commissions, they brag about the science. They got the pyramids and all that. Yeah, that's cool. Just because you build pyramids, that's cool. That's grand architect. I ain't gonna deny that. But if you go downtown Atlanta, they got skyscrapers, big buildings, great architect. But the people who build that could have a Christian faith. They could believe in Jesus. Their spirituality could be as ignorant as hell, although they have the architect knowledge to build up magnificent things. But their spiritual belief is vague. A Mexican or nigga go downtown, build up a whole building, and you ask them what they believe, niggas believe in Jesus Christ. Although they had the architect to build up that, that building. So it's the same thing with the Egyptians. Yeah, you had the architect to build that shit up, but when we question the creation story and the science, it's like, hold up now. What we dealing with Kemetic creation? Let me see. I just typed in Egyptian creation, right? Angelica, where's your sister? Messiah Skunk, yeah? Look. The story describes how the sun god Ra, also called Atum, created his son Shu and daughter Tefnu. This is the creation story. Let me do a quick wiki. Ancient Egyptian creation myths are the ancient Egyptian accounts of what? The creation of the world. the pyramid texts, tomb walls, decorations, and writings dating back to the Old Kingdom, 27 to 2200 BC, have provided the majority of information regarding ancient Egyptian creation myth. These myths also form the earliest recorded religious compilations in the world. So these are the earliest texts about creation. Now, some people always like to say, because they think it's older, it means it's better. That's not necessarily true. An old 6,000-year-old truth today is still a 6,000-year later truth. A 6,000-year-old lie today is a 6,000-year-old later lie. So now we're gonna call out these Egyptian cats to debate their science against the Oahspe. Now, this is how their creation story is expressed in the text, right? Let me see. Look at this, cosmogenics. The different creation accounts were each associated with the cult of a particular god in one of the major cities of Egypt: Hermopolis, Heliopolis, Memphis, and Thebes. To some degree, these myths represent competing theologies, but they also represent different aspects of the process of creation. Now, we want to go down to how these things were created. Now, they got different tales. Now, look, these are the different accounts of creation. Let me, the creation myth promulgated in the city of Hermopolis focused on the nature of the universe before the creation of the world. The inherent qualities of the primeval waters were represented by a set of 8 gods called the Agdoad. The Agdoad. But check it. The goddess Nanu and her male counterpart Nu represents the stagnated primordial waters itself. Ha and his counterpart Hahet represent the water's infinite extent. Now,